I've talked about doing a coordinator pattern, but there's another thing you gotta have to understand. Remember, the coordinator pattern or creating a router is a way of compartmentalizing the functionality of navigation so that it becomes testable. So now I'm going to go through the steps of creating a unit test that will test our coordinator pattern and see that this app coordinator object actually works. And we can do this objectively, empirically, by writing a unit test for it. So here we go. All right, everybody. So you probably remember this app. It's basic example of the coordinator pattern. All right. So this is it right here. And as you see, I go to details, and it goes to the details view. Now I go back to the home view. Very simple functionality, super simple, but this is done to illustrate coordinator pattern. So, I've gone over this app earlier, but I'll go over it again real quick. This is our protocol. All we want is a start function. That's the only thing that is required. This is our coordinator, our object app coordinator. And what this does is when you create an instance of it, this instance will have a start function that returns that has a current view property that is of type any view. Okay. And that's what we want. We want to return this current view and current view type. Okay. Or we want to be able to access it. Current view type. These functions, we set it so that we can get our home view and our details view. Okay. This coordinator is again, I oversimplified this, right? I put the coordinator in the view and coordinator show details on button press. Okay. Coordinator dot start. Again, we go back to app coordinator, show details, start. And so what we want to do is we want to test the instance of app coordinator in a unit test. Okay. And so I've created that here in our unit test right here. And I will go ahead and run this. This runs all your unit tests, and we'll talk about the anatomy of this unit test. So the build is successful. And if you look at this right here, all our tests are green and they are successful. If you don't know how to create unit tests, I have a primer. It's among my videos. You can look through my videos and see if you can find it. I've created lots of unit test videos. So yeah, I can't remember off the top of my head. um, but let's talk about this one. In this test, of course, I import coordinator example with unit test. That's the overall project. I create an instance of app coordinator, and then I set up app coordinator and also tear it down by setting it to nil. Okay. And then when I have my app coordinator and the current view type is equal to home view, right? So what this function does is it tests if this statement is true. Now, remember, initially when you first log in, your app, your home view is set to home view. See, this is the home view. So it tests if this is set to home view. Then right here, app coordinator, show details. Now, details view. And then this tests back to home view. So if you're a details view, now we want to set it back to home view, right? And that comes by invoking the app coordinator.start. And this will make current view type home view.self. And that's how this works. And basically, you guys can go and you can download the code from my GitHub, clone it, run it, and walk through it. You have a good example of a simple coordinator pattern and the unit tests that you use to test whether this navigation is working properly in the context of XC test. And on to the next.